Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss about anxiety and frequent urination. Many people they feel the urge to go to washroom whenever they are under stress. Say they are going out somewhere, before that they have to rush to the washroom time and again. Some people who are very much used to with the office timing, still, before getting ready to the office, they will visit the washroom at least 4 5 times in a hurry. Have you ever thought that why it happens? Today we will know about it. I'll explain you with a case example. A 7-year-old boy who developed such frequent urination. So normally we suspect here the urinary tract infection. But the associated symptoms of urinary tract infection, the burning, the itching, the pain, nothing was there. Still, we did the culture test, whether any organism is there, an infection is there or not. The culture report also showed there is no growth of any microorganism. So there is no infection. Now the doctor is confused what for the treatment to be given and how to control this frequent urination. No microorganism, no bacterial growth, then how this frequent urination is happening? Someone suggested the parents to go to a homeopath. We will see how in homeopathy the case is analyzed. So when they went to a homeopath, the homeopath first asked, how did it start? Since when and how? The parents say initially the child started doing frequent urination only when he is at school. Once he is back at home, it's quite normal. So the teacher used to complain that he is going frequent urination, but the parents do not find it at home. But slowly, slowly, it came into light that it is happening only during the school hours. Soon the child started complaining that I won't go to school because I'm getting frequent urination there. It was so frequent that every 1 hour he will go for 3 to 4 times. Now the parents noticed even after school hours, if they are going anywhere, traveling, then also the child is asking for the restroom. Then the parents suspected maybe something wrong is going on. But the urine report doesn't show anything. When the investigation report shows everything is normal, but the symptoms are quite abnormal, what to do, where to go? Now the parents, what they did, they spoke with the class teacher and they explained the fact that there is no infection. So maybe it is from psychological origin it is happening. So we do not know what to do. The class teacher luckily took it positively, and next day itself she did counseling. She called the boy and politely she spoke with the boy. See, so many friends of yours are looking at you when you are going to the restroom so frequently. Is it good? So why don't you control it? So this polite approach soothed the mind of the boy. The frequency of urination came down drastically the same day itself. But it did not stop. It used to be once in 1 hour or once in 2 hours like that. So parents say that we want to stop it permanently. That is why we want to go for a homeopathic treatment, because we have heard that in alternative medicine there are treatments for psychologically originated diseases. Now the work of the homeopath starts. The homeopath inquires further about the nature of the child, and he found that the child is a mixture of fear and boldness both. He talks very clearly, very fluently, very boldly, in an impressive way, like an adult. He has a leadership quality abundantly, and same time he has a fear of being alone, fear of darkness, and always he wants the mother to be with him. If he falls little sick, little cold, or little feverish feeling, then he wants any of his parents to sit with him constantly. So it shows there is a craving for sympathy, craving for love, or craving for consolation. Now, why homeopath asked so many things? Because the previously visited pediatrician has never asked all these. Because the cause has to be properly found out. It may be somewhere deep in the mind. So the homeopath tries to find out that cause. If there is a stress factor in the deep psychology, which causes the child to urinate frequently, then that has to be treated, because homeopathy has got abundant scope for such problems. Now, in this modern science, it is important to understand that can there be a relation between the anxiety of mind and the frequent urination? Because the organs, anxiety happens in the mind, but the frequent urination happens from the urinary bladder. Can we establish a relationship between these two? Yes, of course, there is a physiological relationship. In terms of pathophysiology, we have to understand every disease in this era. Otherwise, in this era of science, we cannot convince a patient. So let us understand this way. When we are under stress, the stress hormones are released into our bloodstream, and they travel to the targeted spots in the body to bring about some specific physiological or psychological changes. For example, in some cases, when you are under stress, you may sweat abnormally from the palm and soles. For some cases, when you are under stress, the frequent urination may happen. There are some people, they say that when we have to travel anywhere out of station, we are under so much of stress that we get loose motion. My stomach becomes upset. 3, 4 times I go motion. So the anxiety takes somatic development. That means from mind it goes to the body. So in this case, what happens? When the individual is under stress, the stress hormones gets released, and that makes the body to eliminate the waste products, toxic products, excretory products as quickly as possible, so that you do not have to stop it and do it while doing a response to the stress. In technical medical terms, we say fight or flight response. That is why many people feel urge to go to washroom when they are anxious or stressed. Now coming to our case concerned here, some more features about the concerned boy. During the interview, the homeopathic doctor found out that number one, if there are some elder boys in the street are playing and the boy sees that they are playing, he also wants to go and mix with them and play with them. But if he is not allowed to do so, then he shouts at them. says that you wind up your play and go to your home. This is not the place to play. This is not the time to play, etc., etc. So he doesn't want to be left away from any event. He feels he is abandoned by those boys who are playing in the street. That is why he says them not to play. Number two point we noted is, if the elders are talking at home or in his surrounding, then he must be included in that talk. He must be given a part to talk there. Otherwise, he interrupts them. This also shows that he feels abandoned when the others are talking and he is not allowed inside. The abandoned feeling is eminent here. Number three, he is a clingy child. He always wants to stay with the mother or father. When he is playing, he wants the mother to sit there in front of him and watch him playing. If the mother in the meantime opens a mobile or reads a book, then he is quite annoyed. Comes time and again to the mother, do you watch me? Did you watch me? How did I play? All that. So here also the same feeling comes, abandonment. If the mother is busy in watching a mobile, then he feels that I am abandoned and mother is doing something else instead of looking at me. Number four, if the mother goes for a shopping, then first she has to buy something for the boy. Only after she can do something, she can buy something for herself. Otherwise also he feels, oh, mother has not given importance to me. So there is a craving for excess love, craving for excess attention. I have come across a book recently called Reg Free Kids, a book by Robert Ullman. He says that the behind every aggressive child there is a cause. That is, the cause is that the feeling of being unloved or feeling of being not sufficiently loved, or there is a craving for excessive love, and the parents have to understand that every kid is different from others. So the requirement of every kid is different than the others. Some may need more love while some may quite be indifferent to it. Now coming back again to the case, he has a great fear of darkness and fear of being alone. He feels insecure when he is alone. And he cries very easily. While playing, if he slips somewhere, he cries. If someone snatches a toy from his hand, he cries. If someone pushes him a little bit, he cries. A very easy cry, which is quite not normal for his age. Coming to the physical generals, he likes the spicy food, highly seasoned food, butter, cheese, curd, chocolate, lime, etc. And whenever he takes all these lime, chocolates, etc., then he gets frequent cold, cough, sore throat, etc. That means the food what he likes aggravates his problems. This is how we interpret in the homeopathy. Coming to the homeopathic analysis, after taking the detail of the case, now the homeopath will do the analysis. From the point number 1, 2, 3, and 4, we have concluded already that he feels abandoned when he is not included in the event. So, after taking the general symptoms, technically homeopath converts into the rubric or the homeopathic interpretation, that is called. Rubric means there are specific words used in homeopathy to express the symptoms. So these are the following rubrics the homeopath has taken here: fear of abandonment, company desire for, fear of darkness, fear of being alone, weeps easily, desire for highly seasoned food, aggravation from fatty food or lime, frequent urination, anxiety from, and finally the consolation ameliorates. This is the observation that a homeopathic doctor has made. Because when the teacher consoled him, drastically, immediately the urinary frequencies come down. He gets convinced with the polite approach. When he is sick, he wants the parents to sit beside him constantly. That is also a consolation amelioration. He feels better with the consolation. After taking these symptoms, we have to find out the remedies for these rubrics. When in any case we find the mental generals or the psychological symptoms are dominating or bringing the ailment, then in that case, every homeopath first will look into the book called Repertory of Homeopathic Materia Medica by J.T. Kent. In short, we say Kent Materia Medica. Now, when we open the Kent Materia Medica for such symptoms, first is the abandoned feeling. Under mind chapter, we have abandoned feeling. In the abandoned feeling, when we go, it says see forsaken. Forsaken is a referred rubric. So we have to go to that other rubric, forsaken. We have gone here, forsaken feeling in the mind chapter. Now we can see around 20 remedies are here, out of which the bold lettered remedies are first indicated, next to the italics, and third will be the normal ones. So out of these 20 remedies, which one to be selected for this case? We have taken the abandoned or forsaken. Say for example, some more rubric will take. Weeping at trifles. Weeping at trifles, we have around 12 remedies. Fear of being alone, here also we have around 30 remedies. So for symptoms 1 to 8, when we take, a group of remedies come. Many remedies will be common among them. Out of those common remedies also, there should be only one remedy which will be the best suitable for this case. When finally coming to the number 9 symptom or the number 9 rubric, what is the number 9 rubric? Number 9 rubric is the consolation ameliorates. So when we go there, we find consolation ameliorates, pulsatilla is the remedy. Here you see consolation aggravates has got so many remedies, but consolation ameliorates has got a single remedy, pulsatilla. So when we find a single remedy, that too on the mental general or psychological origin, then that case we have to sincerely study about this remedy, whether it is really indicated or not, because as per the theory, it is a strongly indicated remedy when there is a single remedy comes for a symptom. Now pulsatilla is the remedy here showing. I have to check whether in all those previous 1 to 8 symptoms pulsatilla remedy is there. Fear of being alone, yes, pulsatilla is there in italics. Weeping trifles at, yes, pulsatilla is also there. Forsaken feeling, yes, pulsatilla is in the bold letter. Now if you generally see the symptoms what we saw here, like spicy food, seasoned food, butter, cheese, etc., and also aggravates those things, that is a strong indication of pulsatilla. And a clingy child, always he wants to hold the mother's hand. This is also a pulsatilla child. So this reconfirms, yes, pulsatilla could be the best possible remedy for this case. Now the final prescription is made by giving pulsatile at 10 mg, 2 doses at every 5 minutes interval, just for 1 day. Now, what is the result? The parents report in the next week itself that not only the frequency of urination has further come down, but also the attitude of the child is getting modified. He is behaving more maturely, and the attention seeking has also come down. So the treatment has to go on till the tendency comes to the normal stage. But here the first credit goes to the parents who have correctly found out the cause of the problem and the possible method of treatment. Unless the parents would have mentioned about that beginning of the ailment, how it started and how they've noted, then probably the correct remedy could not have got so easily. So in the first week of itself, the result was found because the narration of the symptoms were absolutely perfect and the remedy selection was also correct. If you like this video, you subscribe here in YouTube so that the further informations about the release of the videos and health related information can reach you on the first hand. For more detail, log on to my website drmeeta.com.